Yasodanan Jayo Rajanaranjana Jayo Rajanaranjana Yamuna Tiravanachare Jayo Kundabihare Yamuna Tiravanachare Jayo Kundabihare Jayo Radha Mandava Jayo Kundabihare Davaha Jayo Kundabihare Gopi Janaval Lavan Jaya Girivara Dare Jaya Girivara Dare Girivara Dare Yasodanandana Jaya Brajanarandana Jaya Brajanarandana Yasodanandana Brajanarandana Yamuna Tiravanachare Jayo Kundabihare Yamuna Tiravanachare Shri Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Śrīvāsadehi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Śrīvāsadehi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Jaya Shri Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Śrīvāsadehi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Chaitanya Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa Kṛṣṇa, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa Kṛṣṇa, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Kṛṣṇa, Hare Hare. Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Shri Gaura Nitai. Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Shri Gaura Nitai. Jaya Kṛṣṇa Balaram, Kṛṣṇa Balaram, Kṛṣṇa Balaram, Jaya Kṛṣṇa Balaram. Jaya Radha Shama Sundara, Radha Shama Sundara, Jaya Radhe. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Shri Prabhupada. Gurudev, 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 Jai Gurudev. Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Shri Gaura Nitai ki, Kṛṣṇa Balaram ki, Radha Shama Sundara Lalita Vishakha Devi ki, Nitai Go Premanande. Hare Kṛṣṇa. So I welcome you all to this Bhagavad Gita section. So first of all, I welcome you to this new year. Happy Kṛṣṇa conscious New Year to everyone. Hare Kṛṣṇa. So good to have your association today. So we'll be taking the sloka from chapter 7, text 9, right? Good. Looking at Krishna's vibhuti, right? Krishna's quality. So, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, so taking the reading. Puṇya gratha prayas yancha tejaś vibhāvasu jīvanam sarva-bhūteṣu tapaś. Okay, somebody.
Puṇyo gandhaḥ pṛthivyāṁ ca
puṇyaṃ vacānsi vaca
tejaś cāsmi vibhāvasau
devas asmi vibhāvasau
jīvanaṁ sarva-bhūteṣu
jīvanam sarva-bhūteṣu
tapasviṣu
tapasviṣu
puṇyo gandhaḥ pṛthivyāṁ ca
puṇyagratam pṛthivyāca
tejaś
tejaśami vibhāvasu jīvanam sarva-bhūteṣu tapasviṣu tapaśu. Mataji, we can go ahead, okay? We go directly to the translation. Translation. I am the original fragrance. Yes, translation, right? I am the original fragrance of the earth, and I am the heat in the fire. I am the life of all that lives, and I am the penance of all ascetics. Srila Prabhupada's purport. Puṇya means that which is not decomposed. Puṇya is original. Everything in the material world has certain flavor or fragrance, as the flavor and fragrance in a flower or the earth. in water, in fire, in air, etc. The uncontaminated flavor, the original flavor, which permeates everything, is Kṛṣṇa. Similarly, everything has a particular original taste, and these tastes can be changed by the mixture of chemical. So, everything original has some smell, some fragrance, and some taste. Vibhāvasu means fire. Without fire, we cannot run factories. We cannot cook, etc. And that fire is Kṛṣṇa. The heat in the fire is Kṛṣṇa. According to Vedic medicine, indigestion is due to a low temperature in the belly. So, even for digestion, fire is needed. In Kṛṣṇa consciousness, we become aware that earth, water, fire, air, and everything, and every active principles, all chemical and all material elements are due to Kṛṣṇa. The duration of man's life is also due to Kṛṣṇa. Therefore, by the grace of Kṛṣṇa, man can prolong his life or diminish it. So Kṛṣṇa consciousness is active in every space. Om Agyanti Miranjasyan Jananjana Shlakaya Shakshu Ominitam Yinam Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shiva Sade Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Kṛṣṇa, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, once again, the translation. I am the original fragrance of the earth, and I am the heat in fire. I am the life of all that lives, and I am the penance of all ascetics. Hare Kṛṣṇa. So it's interesting for us to recognize what is being said here. This actually is text referring to Krishna's vibhukti, and vibhukti means Krishna's energy or quality. It's so sweet that if one can remember, just like the condition, the climate condition now is so challenging, right? And so maybe we get some heater, some fire, and we go close to it. And at the same time, we are getting warm. We are saying, "Oh, Kṛṣṇa, thank you. It's just because of your heat I'm getting warm." But sometimes the thought is not always there. Or maybe we are so thirsty and we get some waters to drink. We just say, "Kṛṣṇa, this water is so tasty because it's making me to remember you." But sometimes the thought is not there. Even when we drink water, we are drinking because we want to satisfy the urge of the taste. So this particular aspect of what we are reading here is just a kind of the famous saying, always remember Kṛṣṇa and never forget Kṛṣṇa. That's a famous word of Panchagora Prabhu. Always remember Kṛṣṇa and never forget Kṛṣṇa. These are all parameters of how one can always be conscious about Kṛṣṇa. Sometimes we chant our rounds in the morning, and at the middle of the day, we forget many things about what we have, supposed to meditate on. But one who is more conscious, he can use different parameters. That is me mentioned here. For instance, the water we drink, we can remember Kṛṣṇa through the water. Oh, the taste of the water. Kṛṣṇa say, "I'm the taste of the water." Oh, Kṛṣṇa. So these different things, they are all a parameter for us to always be conscious about Kṛṣṇa. But fortunately, Though Kṛṣṇa is giving all these different parameters, but when there is no puṇya, it is difficult to actualize all these things. When there is no practice, it's difficult to actually, take all this advantage that Kṛṣṇa is giving to remember him. Because the whole essence of this particular text is a kind of being conscious, reminding us of the importance of the institution, Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Kṛṣṇa consciousness by, everything that comes our way. We drink water, we can remember Kṛṣṇa. The sun, through the sun, the heat of the sun, we can remember Kṛṣṇa. Even when there is indigestion, the stomach, what we eat gets digested because of Kṛṣṇa's mercy, because of Kṛṣṇa's energy. So these things are all for us to be more, attentive, be conscious about how all things, Kṛṣṇa's energy permeates all things. But fortunately, with the intense bombardment of the Kali Yuga, it's difficult to actually actualize all these different alarm, or what do you call it, alerts, that, I have to remember Kṛṣṇa through this way, I have to remember Kṛṣṇa through this way. But it's important that these things are meant to remind us to be more conscious about Kṛṣṇa, especially this particular era we are in now. So many crises are out there. So many crises. So, but one who is conscious, who has sufficient puṇya. Puṇya means you practice, sadhana. When there is sufficient practice, all these different, phenomena that Kṛṣṇa is mentioning, automatically, we say the pure devotees. Why are they pure? Because they are able to recognize all different vibhuti of Kṛṣṇa, and they actualize them, being conscious that these things has a connection with devotee, has a connection with Kṛṣṇa. Therefore, they are very careful and they are very conscious. Why? Because their practice is intact. I will give example, just like Srila Prabhupada, before I give example or illustration to this particular text. In the last section of this particular purport, Srila Prabhupada gave, he said, the duration of man's life is also due to Kṛṣṇa. Therefore, by the grace of Kṛṣṇa, man can prolong his life or diminish it. So by the grace of Kṛṣṇa, so that means when there is sufficient puṇya, there is sufficient practice, then Kṛṣṇa takes charge. Or diminish it. When there is no practice, that is someone is on his own. He said, it also Kṛṣṇa diminish it. So Kṛṣṇa consciousness is active in every sphere. In every sphere. In every sphere means that whatever how you look at it, whatever how you look at the practice, there is something that will always remind you of Kṛṣṇa consciousness, or that will always remind you that this is Kṛṣṇa's energy. This is Kṛṣṇa's energy. But this reminder, though it's all available for us to take cognizance of them, but many things, by the agitations of the mind, many things bombard the mind. And when these things bombard the mind, we are bound to give room for things that are not very relevant, keeping things that are relevant. So what is the point here? So the point here is that being conscious of our practice. And one of the significant practice that help us, remain intact, to recognize all these different vibhutis, different aspects of Kṛṣṇa, is by the holy name of the Lord. Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa Kṛṣṇa, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, what are actually the implications of this? When one is conscious about all these different phenomena, like as is mentioned, a fragment of, the earth, or the heat of fire, and so on. When one is conscious about this, conscious about all these different, qualities of Kṛṣṇas inherent in things, what are the implications? We are completely Kṛṣṇa conscious. Sometimes Srila Prabhupada will say, full Kṛṣṇa conscious. The full Kṛṣṇa conscious. We can make absolute decisions. So how do I exemplify this point? I will give a little antidote to this. This story is coming from the Mahabharata. Very interesting story. And it will make you have more, how will I put it? It will make you have more understanding of what this particular text is all about. There was a lady who lost her son through the beating of a serpent. Her name is Gautam. She has lost her son through the beating of a serpent. So a hunter have observed the way the son was being beaten to death, and the hunter bundled the serpent, the snake, in such a way that there is no way the snake could escape. And she presented the snake, the serpent, before the mother of the dead child. And he said to the mother of the dead child, "These low reptile have caused you a lot of pain. It has taken the essence of life away from you. Now you have it before you. Do justice. If you can do justice, you give me command. Let me do the right thing. Just tell me what to do, then I will do." So Gautam said to the hunter, "Yes, I listened to what he said. Yes, this is the serpent that has caused me pain. But if I take the life of this serpent, will my dead son come back to life?" Then the hunter said, "No, this is not the time to philosophize. This serpent has killed your only son, and now you have it before you. Do something revenge. Everyone would like to take action, right? Right? Everyone would like to take action." But the lady said, Gautam said, revenge is not actually the point. The point is that if I should take revenge now, with the death of my son, would my son who has died come back to life again? So still, the hunter persists. "No, we don't need to talk about this thing. We have somebody who have caused your death, the death of your son. We have the serpent here. You just tell me. If you cannot do because you are a woman, just give me the order. Then I will do the necessary thing." So as the conversation was going forth and back, the serpent who was bundled somehow excused himself, and he voiced out, he said, "What is wrong with you, this hunter? Why do you think I'm the cause of the death of the son? I'm not the cause. I don't have my own will to act. I'm only being ordered to act. And who has given me this order? Mritu, Yamara, dead person in fire, has given me this order. Instead of you to put this penalty on me, why don't you put the penalty on Mritu, who have sent me this error? I wasn't the cause. I was only being sent to do this. I don't have my own will." So the hunter said, "No, you're only speaking philosophy. I saw you with my eyes doing the injustice to this that have led to the child death. You need to die, you need to be punished." So as the snake and hunter was having this conversation, instantly mritu also show. Mritu, dead personified also show. Then dead personified said, Snake, what are you saying? I'm not actually the person who have, given the sanction to the death of this child. I'm also an errand carrier. I'm also, being ordered to do this, to give an instruction. I'm not really the real authority who have given you the instruction to do this. Just like you said, you are not the cause because you are not independent. The same thing with me. I'm also not independent. I was being asked to execute the justice, or to execute the death, or to execute this order. So, it's enough for you to say, I am the one who have sent you this, which is not actually me giving the order to do this. I was also taking the order. Then who is the person who is the cause of this? So, Mritu said, I'm not the cause. I'm only a person who has been informed to do what I did. So who is the cause? Mritu said, it's Kala, time. So as the conversation was going up and down, then time, Kala also show up. Time said, what is wrong with you all? How will you say that I'm the cause of the death of the son of the son? No, I'm not the cause of the death of the son. Then who is the cause of the death of the son? If the snake said, no, I'm not the cause, and Mritu said, no, I'm not the cause, and you, Kala, said you are not the cause, then who is then the cause? Who is responsible for the death of the son? Then Kala say, it's karma. Karma. So, when there is karma, remembering all these different qualities that Kṛṣṇa is enumerated is very difficult. Then Gautam said, yes, I says that even when I kill the snake, my dead son will not come back because we all have different karma. And the process of bhakti is to neutralize, is to free us from this process of karma. Because when the karma is neutralized, then we can actually perceive, understand, realize all these different vibhūtis, qualities that Kṛṣṇa is being mentioned here. And this draws more closer to Kṛṣṇa. It draws more closer and it fixes us in more Kṛṣṇa consciousness. When we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And within the day, we are drinking water, we are taking sun shower or fire, whatever things that we, whatever phenomenon that we are taking short of. Through that thing, we can always remember Kṛṣṇa. But the karma we have to cultivate the practice more intensely. And the practice that the Acharya has given to us is very unique. And this practice is important because the more we absorb ourselves in this practice, automatically, that thought, always remember Kṛṣṇa and never forget Kṛṣṇa, will always revive in our consciousness. And how do we go about this? How do we go about it? Yeah, we are being encouraged. We are being encouraged and we are being advised that the morning programs are very, very important. So there may be some challenges, especially the climate challenges, But one should try as much as he can to see that the money program, we take advantage of the money program. The Mangalarati program is very important. Because that gives us the impetus to always remember Kṛṣṇa and never to forget Kṛṣṇa. Sometimes a lot of people will ask me, they will tell me, they will ask the question, why is it that when I'm in your temple, I feel so satisfied. I feel that I don't want to leave the temple again. But as soon as I leave the temple, all the things that has come, that I was, disturbed by before, they instantly come back again. Why? Yeah. So I say, you just have to give more time to spiritual practice. Yeah. So most of us, we still have this kind of challenges. When we chant in numbers of rounds, then we feel relieved, we feel satisfied like that. But at that time, those things that have settled down, what happens? One point they come up again, and different pattern of life, comes up again. So it is very important we take advantage of what Srila Prabhupada has actually given. The money program, the hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, honoring prasad, staying in their association of devotees. Especially in the association of devotees. The association of devotees, one cannot overemphasize the importance of it, because it helps us to avoid so many obstacles, so many challenges that Kali Yoga may somehow present or push forward. So with the association of devotees, we can always see the dangers of Kali Yoga. When Bhagavad Gita says, Dukalayam aswasvatam, we can always see this fact, that this world is full of so many dangers. So with the association of devotees is like a mirror. So it helps us, to see that we don't live or we don't deviate or act contrary to what is expected from a devotee. And to maintain all these different things, there should always be the Nam Prabhu. Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa Kṛṣṇa, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, it is important to reflect on these particular things again, like being mentioned. Just imagine that we can always, maybe in the place of work, we are asking for somebody to get us water, or in our room, we are requesting, we are drinking water, and remembering Kṛṣṇa through that, this water is very tasty, because Kṛṣṇa says, I'm the taste of water. So all these things will be more easily, understood, easily realized by how we take advantage of our spiritual practice. And that spiritual practice, it all depends on the sincere energy that we put on it. Like Prabhupada says in the beginning of the Purport, that puṇya means that which is not decomposed. So just like one leads the association of devotees, what happens? His pious credits begin to diminish. Automatically, then the taste for chanting or hearing, they also diminish. Puṇya is original. Everything in the material world has a certain flavor or fragrance, as the flower and fragrance, yes. So let us cultivate appropriate puṇya, and appropriate puṇya, comes from our absorption on the practice of spiritual life. And that absorption will help us develop more intense intense understanding on the scriptures, intense understanding of the values of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Who can ever emphasize the importance of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra? So many fantastic reflections on this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So there are so many examples we can give. There's a last example I will give before I draw the conclusion. That's also reflect on this different aspect of Krishna's energy, Krishna's words, Krishna's vibhuti. There was a time there was some clash between Bangladesh and India. So within that period, there was a little bit disconnection of the internet. There's one professor, her son or daughter was schooling in Bangladesh University. And this lady professor, one night she had a dream that her daughter was being beaten and raped. So when she woke up from that dream, there was some occurrence. Like the dream keep coming, and she becomes disturbed. And she understands that as it keeps occurring, certainly there will be it's going to happen. And she wanted to reach her daughter in Bangladesh University that she should be careful because of the dream she had. But there was no way for her to communicate with the daughter because the internet at that particular time was somehow disconnected. So she's telling us the importance of Bhagavad Gita. She was giving this as a kind of antidote to the values of reading Bhagavad Gita. She didn't have Bhagavad Gita before, but because we are having, time to time having some scheduled program with the school, she has gotten Bhagavad Gita. So she has gone to take Bhagavad Gita, and she read the sloka. It says as soon as she gets Bhagavad Gita, she just open any page of her own, she just opened. And one of the sloka that falls on her eyes was when Kṛṣṇa tells Arjuna to declare that my devotee will never perish. So she said, Kṛṣṇa, you have said this in this book, Bhagavad Gita, that your devotee will never perish. My daughter is your daughter. And me also am your daughter. So since my daughter is your daughter, you take care of her. The experience I have, I know it's something you can handle. Since you have declared that my devotee will never perish, let your words be true. Let your word be proved true. She said she read like that. Reversing what Kṛṣṇa says to Kṛṣṇa, she closed Bhagavad Gita. Meanwhile, her daughter, who was schooling also in Bangladesh, she also had a dream. Her dream was, she saw her mother screaming that these people you want to go out with, don't go out with them. They are going to harm you. Don't go out with them. They are going to harm you. So she wake up, and there was no way to also communicate with her mother to find out what was going on. So the dream was recurring. So what she did was to, relate with her roommate that I have a dream, and my mother was like having this kind of tension. And this tension like frightened her. And she was screaming, don't go out with these people, they are going to harm you, things like that. So her roommate said, you believe in all those things, these are all fusion, they are all, stories is not very important. It may not be true. It's just out of, her friend just say the opposite. But within the day, as the day was progressing, two boys actually come to visit her. But because of the experience she has gotten, she tells these two friends that I may not be able to go out with you, but I will ask my roommate if she would like. And she asked her roommate, would you like to go out with these friends? She said, oh, of course, yes. So she went out with these friends, and what happens? They beat her, they rape her, and they kill her. So what is the point? Just by the mother repeating what Kṛṣṇa had said, her daughter was saved. So who can overemphasize the potence of Gita? So when we go out to distribute this Gita, we are not just doing it for doing sake. We are giving people opportunity to be safe and to become Kṛṣṇa consciousness. So I will just pause for a little, because only few people are just here now. Maybe there will be some reflections, some comments. Then before I wind up, some reflections, some comments. I was thinking I was just speaking on the online. Some comments, some reflection before we just summarize, because some comments, question, reflection. I like this particular word. You see, Kṛṣṇa said, I am the life of all that lives. You see, we are existing because Paramatma is there. For instance, if we don't wake tomorrow morning now, it's as a result that the Paramatma have left. So the Paramatma is there, that is why in the morning we wake. So when it's not there, then there is alarm, oh, that fellow has passed on. So all these different things, they're just giving us a beep, a reminder how we appreciate the values of Bhagavad Gita, the values of the institution of Kṛṣṇa consciousness. So there's some reflections according to what we have read from the text, the purports, like that, so we can draw a little conclusion. And I am the penance of all ascetics. So those who perform austerity, if Kṛṣṇa does not give up the strength, does not give them the strength to go about it, it is difficult for them to achieve results. All these things are very, very important. So just like we just say, a blade of grass does not move without the sanction of God. That is sanction of Kṛṣṇa. So all these things, they are all, intertwined, telling us that everything, once there is some transformation of consciousness, we'll be aware that everything surrounding us, all phenomena, whether phenomenal or nominal, they all has Kṛṣṇa's, energy. And the more we are aware of this, the more we are careful with the way we relate with things. This is what it means to be Kṛṣṇa consciousness. So some reflections are there, some comments are there, some questions are there. He said, according to this Charik Samhita, proper quotes Charik Samhita. Charik Samhita is one of the esoteric, one of the esoteric book of the Ayurveda. It's quoting it here. According to Vedic medicine, that's Ayurveda, indigestion is due to low temperature in the belly. So when you cannot digest When the stomach cannot digest food properly, then you should know that there is some problem. There is low temperature. There's the fire. The agni there is not functioning properly. And sometimes people just eating at the same time, just drinking water, the fire get quenched. So there will not be digestion. Just like somebody making fire at the same time putting water. So it's good that you eat little, then we give some space. Or eat much, just the food will never digest, especially when they becoming weak. It's a indigestion is due to low temperature in the belly. So even for digestion, fire is needed, and that fire is Agni, and Kṛṣṇa is the source of that Agni. So in Kṛṣṇa consciousness, we become aware that earth, water, fire, and 5 pancha mahabhuts in Ayurveda. This is what the Ayurveda students have been taught. 5 pancha mahabhuts, which are all materials. But the main thing is being kept aside. Kṛṣṇa talks about it in Bhagavad Gita. Apart from this other thing, there is still one in a substantial thing, and that is the soul. That is not being touched because that will not raise money. The one that will raise money, that is what is being taught, these 5 pancha mahabhuts. And how imbalance of them creates imbalance in human existence. We have sickness, we have different problems. When these pancha mahabhuts, they are imbalanced. So, some comments, some reflections, then. So, a little reflection on this as a summary. This particular aspect of Bhagavad Gita is just giving us the antidotes, a reminder. If we are far away from our japa, we can always still be Kṛṣṇa conscious by remembering these different phenomenal things. That is the point. Maybe we have done japa in the morning, so we now engage in different aspects of life. Still, we can still be fully conscious about Kṛṣṇa by remembering all these different, aspects of Kṛṣṇas. So it's very important we take cognizance of this. This is what it means. Always remember Kṛṣṇa and never forget Kṛṣṇa. But this may not be possible if there is no practice. Because when there is practice, especially taking the program seriously, then it will be more possible for us to actually remember all these different phenomena that Kṛṣṇa is mentioning. With the help of chanting Hare Kṛṣṇa, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Then studying the scriptures, maintaining, positive association, honoring Mahaprasadam. So, everything will be perfect. Absolutely perfect. So this is what we have for you today. If there are no questions, if there are no reflections, so Srila Prabhupada ki Nitai Go Premanande. Hare Kṛṣṇa.